What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 5 of Music Theory Thursday, and this week we are going to discuss intervals. So we'll be back with that right after the intro. All right, everyone. Welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks since I was able to put out an episode. Life happens. But we're going to continue on with our music theory journey here on this channel. And this week we're going to discuss intervals. So if you've got the key charts, or if you've looked at the chord key charts that I've posted in the previous videos, we're just going to cover the key of C major, just because the intervals are all going to work exactly the same for every key or any particular note. So an interval, again, is the distance between pitches. And you'll be able to hear that and see that on actual notation. So with the key of C major, we already know that the key is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, back to C, the octave. And with that, within the major scale, the intervals already follow a certain pattern. So once we know these patterns, we can manipulate those intervals to what we want them to be. So with intervals, you've got major intervals, minor intervals, perfect intervals, diminished intervals, and augmented intervals. Now again, chords in relation to intervals and how to spell certain chords are one thing, but right now we're just going to talk about from one note to another note. We'll get into the chord spellings and meanings in future episodes. So with any major key, again, we're doing the key of C major, so we'll start from C to D. That is going to be called a major second. Okay, and each of these intervals will have a recognizable sound. You might recognize it from a tune or a melody or something like that, which we'll get into some of those in a bit. I don't want to give out too many of those, because you might want to reference your own melodies or ideas based on what you hear from those intervals. So again, C to D, major second. C to E, it's a major third. C to F, it's a perfect fourth. C to G, it's a perfect fifth. C to A, it's a major sixth. C to B is a major 7, and then C to C is your perfect octave out of the scale. So all major scales follow that pattern for intervals. So just keep that in mind. So if we want to manipulate these intervals, there's several ways that we can do that. So let's say we're going to do C to D, which was a major second. But let's say I want to make that a minor second. Well, we could lower the D to D flat, bringing it closer to C, making it a minor second. Or we could keep the D regular and raise the C to a C sharp and make that a minor second. So again, the spelling on staff or notation would look slightly different, but again, you'll still have the sound of a minor second. So a minor second is what we're used to hearing if you think of Jaws. So that's one way to think of a minor second. Again, if we go from C to E, that's a major third. And we could turn that into a minor third two ways. We could lower the E to E flat, and that makes it a minor third. Or to make that a minor third, we could raise the C sharp to E. So again, there's different ways of manipulating it, but the distance between the two pitches would be the same for any minor interval. So perfect fourth is called such because it's a fairly stable interval. Just like a perfect fifth and perfect octave. There's not much tension between those two notes. When you get to other intervals, such as a diminished fifth or an augmented fourth, you start to get tension within those. So, but first, the perfect fourth would be more like Here Comes the Bride. So again, once your ear gets used to hearing these certain intervals, by all means, you should be able to practice hearing those and picking up on those. A great website, which I'm not affiliated with at all, is taria.com. They have a lot of really great resources, ear training exercises, and so on and so forth. So if I wanted to turn that into, say, an augmented fourth, I could raise the F to an F sharp, which again, that's something that's known as a tritone, or the devil's interval for that matter. But moving on, we will do a perfect fifth next, which would be a C to a G. I personally hear the intro to Star Wars with that. But again, you could hear any melody or a tune that you recognize, just something you can remember the sound of these intervals. And again, we had talked about enharmonic spelling, so if I wanted to do a diminished fifth, then I would drop the G down, which would be also in the same spot we played the F sharp for the tritone. And again, with the devil's interval, that was named as such because it was basically forbidden to play in early music by the churches, honestly. So you hear it now a lot in heavy metal and jazz. You definitely hear tritone quite a bit. But moving on, then we've got the interval of the major second, which is a C to an A. Major six, I think. Hopefully I said that. A lot of people associate that with My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean, I think. I really don't know that tune. But again, you can find a melody or a tune that fits any of these. I'm sure Google has a list of songs that are relatable by intervals. By all means, look that up. So if I wanted to make that a minor six, I would either have to drop the A, which is the sixth, down to an A flat, or I could keep the A and then raise the C up to a C sharp. Like I said, there's plenty of ways you can manipulate these different intervals. The next one, major seven, C to a B. It sounds like it has a lot of tension, but when you add a full chord, let's say C major 7, it sounds kind of pretty and jazzy and not too tense with that, but the interval itself can sound a bit tense. To make that a minor second, we could bring the B down to a B flat, which a lot of people hear the original Star Trek theme out of a minor seventh. Okay, so you can manipulate any of these intervals in any key. It doesn't matter. All the notes work the same, just like an A to a B flat is a minor second. A to B is a major second, so on and so forth. So A to C is a minor third. A to C sharp is a major third. And again, you have to really know your keys to know how to manipulate that. But once you get your keys memorized, which is the order I'll lay out again here, again, they all follow the same pattern. So again, your C to D, major second, C to E, major third, C to F, perfect fourth, C to G, perfect fifth, C to A, major six, C to B, major seven, and then C to C will be your perfect octave. And that will be the order of all the keys. So if you get the chart that I have and just write the intervals above the notes, then you can manipulate those to what you need. If it needs to be a minor second or a major third or a minor third or whatever the case may be, you'll be able to manipulate that based off of the chart that I've given in the previous videos for both sharp and flat keys. So please check those out. So I think that'll wrap us up for this quick video for Music Theory Thursday, episode 5 on intervals. I just wanted to keep this pretty quick and hopefully simple, and that will wrap us up. Hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks a lot.